The church planter system would be similar to our current church management system. It would be able to track church services, Bible studies, households, outreaches, courses, and individual classes, discipleship, and all the other groups a church uses. It would also have the ability to post forms for church attendance, joining Bible studies, and signing up for outreaches. Let's look at some of the summaries you can get in a church management system. The most important is all involved. This is a list of everyone who's involved in the church in one way or another. We also have all who've attended 3 or more services, all involved in Bible studies, all involved in discipleship, and so on. We can also look at everyone who has passed a membership class. It's all classes passed, and then we divide it and select the membership class. We can also select all who received Christ. Using this same method, we can collect together the total number of those who've received Christ between all DCPI church plants who use this system. Let's look at one quick query that would be useful for your church planters. How about everyone who's a potential church leader? We can invite them to a conference to develop them into leaders. First, we have to select all members, and let's add to that all who have passed the membership class. And we'll also add all leaders. That's all Bible study leaders, leaders of outreaches, and so on. And then we want to cross-reference that with all involved in 3 or more services. We want to make sure these people are also attending. Then we subtract all elders, because these are people that are already leaders. We'll subtract deacons. And we will subtract staff. And this gives us a list of people that are good prospects for being potential leaders. We can send them an email to invite them to a leadership conference. We can also export the records to mail merge for a snail mail. And we can also send them an online registration for the conference as well. The difference from a standard church management system is a church planter system would be able to track multiple churches. The layout would look similar to this. In this situation, a church planter could add as many churches as he wants. Each church would have their own attendance, Bible studies, and so on. He could share access with local church leaders. And imagine a church planter with 15 churches doing a query for leadership prospects among all 15 church plants at once. More important is that adding a church will allow you to capture the following information: contact information of churches, beliefs and practices of each church, affiliation of each church, the number of churches planted by each planter, the location of each church plant, and the start date of each church. By capturing this information, it can then be shown on a report.